Chapter 2.2, Example number 7, Solving Rational Equations. The problem states, solve the rational equation after factoring the denominators. And the problem reads, 2 over x plus 1 minus 1 over x minus 1 is equal to 2x over x squared minus 1. And then the problem also asks you to state the excluded values. Now, let's take a look at the problem itself. We see that on the left side we have x plus 1 and x minus 1 as denominators. On the right side we have x squared minus 1. However, we know that we can rewrite the x squared minus 1 as x plus 1 times x minus 1 after we factor it. So I'm going to rewrite the equation. So 2 over x plus 1 minus 1 over x minus 1 is equal to 2x over x plus 1 times x minus 1. And the way to find out how to solve this equation is we need a common denominator, or a least common denominator. And the way we can figure it out is to evaluate the denominators on both sides of the equation. We notice that we have a single x plus 1 on the right side, another x minus 1, and then the right side has x plus 1 times x minus 1. So that lets me know that that's the least common denominator because it has both terms that are seen on the left side. So what I'm going to do is multiply both sides by the denominator on the right side. Times x minus 1. And we're going to treat the left side as a whole expression on its own. I'm going to write x plus 1, x minus 1. Ran out of space, so I'm just going to put this here. Okay, so let's evaluate the left side first, because that looks a little bit easier to me. We have x plus 1 on the numerator now, and x plus 1 in the denominator, so that means they cancel. And same thing with the x minus 1, those will also cancel. So let's rewrite this equation. X plus 1 times x minus 1 times 2 over x plus 1 minus 1 over x minus 1 is all equal to 2x. Now we're going to distribute both of these to each part of the left side. Okay, so x plus 1 times 2 over x plus 1, that's going to cancel out. But when I multiply x minus 1 times 2 over x plus 1, that will stay. So let me rewrite that over here. Minus x plus 1 times x minus 1 times 1 over x minus 1 is equal to 2x. And we can see things that cancel out. The x plus 1 with the 2 and the x minus 1's with the 1. And now we can distribute that 2 to the x minus 1 and the 1 to the x plus 1. So that'll give us 2x minus 2 minus, and be careful about this part, parentheses are your friends, 1 times x plus 1, so that's just x plus 1 again, is equal to 2x. Now distribute the negative sign to the x plus 1, so that'll become 2x minus 2 minus x minus 1 is equal to 2x. Now combine like terms on both sides, so we get 2x minus x minus 2 minus 1, so that'll give us x minus 3 is equal to 2x. And then we can move that negative 3 over to the right to make it positive, and move the 2x over to make that x minus 2x is equal to 3. Subtract that 2x, we get negative x is equal to 3. Divide both sides by negative 1, and we get x is equal to negative 3. So now that we solved for x, we need to go back and state the excluded values. Now let's take a look back at the original equation. If we look at the first denominator on the left side, if we plug in a negative 1, that'll give us a denominator of 0. So one of our excluded values will be x equals negative 1. And if we look at the second term on the left side, if we plug in a positive 1, we'll also get a 0. And then it doesn't matter if we plug in a negative 1 or positive 1 to the right side, because that'll end up being 0 anyways because of the x squared. So therefore, your excluded values will just be x is negative 1 and 1.